So this is the third time I've tried to sweep this area over the last day and a half or so because the floor looks dirty. It's got all kinds of stuff on it, and because I'm visually disabled, I can't see exactly what that is. But after a couple of days of trying to sweep up this, whatever this is, I'm realizing that it's glue from the tiles that are being damaged from the water that is leaking underneath this sink and has been leaking underneath this sink for 3 years now. I noticed a leak 3 years ago, notified management. It was a slow leak, and I had a bunch of plastic Tupperware containers and other storage items stuck under here. So the damage to the floor was not immediate because the water was dripping on my stuff, not on the bottom of this cabinet. But over the last few months, ever since I had to remove all the items under here because the leak seems to have gotten worse and my stuff was getting really soaked, the damage to the cabinet has extended now to the damage to damaging the floor. This is glue right here. This stuff doesn't come off. I'm scraping it with my fingers, and it's not dirt. It's literally glue. I mean, if it was dirt, I'd be able to scrub it off with paper towels or my fingernails. And it's literally glue. It feels like chewing gum, but it's not chewing gum. It's glue from the tiles. This is all sticky. It's like rubbery. It's rubbery. So the glue from the tiles is literally coming up off from underneath the tiles and then coating the top of the tiles because there's constant moisture around this area right here. Wow. So yeah, today it's just about 5 p.m. on Sunday. Wow, today's September 15th. Wow, where does the time go? Anyway, I've notified Greenville multiple times over the last few weeks in writing about the nonstop leak that comes from these valves right here and this drain pipe. And I keep having to wring out these thick cloths that you see under here. I have completely removed all of my stuff because, again, a few months ago, I noticed my stuff was just getting completely saturated with water. And Inspectional Services issued a citation for this leak on July 12th, 2024, which was, 2 months ago now? July, August, September. Yeah, 2 months. But Greenville has chosen not to address the leaking, whatever it is, the drain pipe and these valves right here. There's water literally coming out of these valves. And this is where these two washcloths and then this one start getting completely soaked. But not only has Greenville refused to fix this, they've permitted like significant damage now to extend not just from the wooden cabinet, but the floor. So these tiles are all now completely damaged. And the glue, yeah, this is glue. This white residue here that you see, this is all glue. Look, it's glue. I mean, I'm trying to sweep. I've been trying to sweep this now for 2 days. This is a fairly stiff, bristled, the bristles on this broom are fairly stiff, okay? So if this was loose dirt, okay, it would be getting swept up. As you see, it's not loose dirt, and I can't see. So initially I was just sweeping and sweeping, like, what is this? I can't get rid of it, and it's not loose dirt. It's not dust. It's not some kind of embedded street dirt from my shoes or anything. It is literally the glue from the moisture damage around this sink. There's no dirt here. I'm not sweeping up anything that can possibly be swept up. This is, and what the hell is this? Okay, that's tape. All right, forget that. So this is glue. I'm going to take a okay, so this is a dry sponge with a very rough side. Okay. Yeah. This shit is not coming off. Excuse my language. I like to swear in these videos. This is a very frustrating situation with the Greenville group refusing to address multiple code violations, breaches of the clause of habitation. This is glue from the tiles. All right. I finally figured this out because this is a new sponge, brand new, very rough, scrubby side to it. And none of this is coming off at all. As you can see, the sponge is not. This sponge is practically like sandpaper. And as you can see, nothing is coming off on the sponge because this is glue from the tiles that are damaged due to the water moisture that is constantly seeping from underneath this cabinet into the floor. As I keep mentioning in my videos and emails and voicemails, Greenville is refusing to fix this issue. And it was literally mandated by the Inspectional Services citation that was issued to Greenville on July 12th, 2024. They also came back 2 weeks later for additional bad conditions in the building and issued another citation for a leak underneath the sink to the Greenville Group, and they have completely refused to address the issue. The floor is completely damaged. The tiles are coming off. The glue is literally seeping up from underneath the tiles and coating, as you can see, the top of the tiles and scrubbing it with an extremely rough sandpaper like side to the sponge is not making a dent in this right now, because this is not dirt, it's glue from the tiles, and it extends all the way over here, as you can see. Yep, this is an extremely rough, brand new scrubby sponge, and it's not making any kind of a dent in all of this right here, because this is glue from the tiles that are now shifting around and evidencing significant water damage from the constant moisture that is seeping from the leaking infrastructure of Greenville's plumbing system underneath this sink. This is not me. This is Greenville being negligent in refusing to fix a reported leak that I started reporting 3 years ago, because it was literally just like a small drip 3 years ago and it was getting my stuff wet. I have dozens of emails telling Greenville there's a leak, that the tap was leaking, and then this was leaking under here. So there were 2 leaks, or maybe the tap was leaking and it was seeping from underneath the cabinet into this bottom part right here and then affecting the floor. But now the floor is significantly damaged and they're not doing anything. So yeah, I thought I was trying to sweep up loose dirt. This is not loose dirt. None of this stuff is coming off on this sponge. And as you can see, like very little of what I was trying to scrub has ended up on the sponge, because it is literally glue. It's glue, and it is coming from the underneath part of the tiles that are being damaged by the nonstop leaking that's going on underneath the sink. And this is not me. They like to blame me for everything. I'm not God. I am not responsible for the fact that there is a leak coming from the drain pipe, which I did not install. I'm not responsible for the fact that there's a leak coming from 1 or 2 of these valves right here, also that I did not install, and I don't even know what the hell to do with. They're tightly shut, so even if you wanted to open those valves, you can't. I don't have the strength in my hands to tamper with those valves. So any leak coming from those valves is Greenville's problem, not mine. There's also a leaking tap. This is a brand new tap, and the water is leaking all over the place, which is why I have these washcloths over here, because whenever you turn on the water, and I have to hand wash my items due to constant aggression and harassment. Whenever I have tried to use the laundry facilities across the street, I get literally accosted by the involuntarily celibate sex offenders that Greenville is permitting to loiter around the sidewalks and entranceways of the 191 Green Street building. There's only one laundry facility in this building, so I'd rather just hand wash my personal items